Hello and welcome to Northern Star Scouting's 2025 Popcorn Sale online training. I'll be your expedition leader, Bill Anderson Horka. I'm the staff advisor for Northern Star Scouting's Popcorn Sale. This will be my 15th popcorn sale. We are in the top 3 popcorn sales in the country consistently, and we have a great committee that's made up of 12 to 14 volunteers from all over the council that helps create the popcorn sale you're going to see tonight. First off, let's talk about why do we sell popcorn? Why do we sell? It's every dollar, 73% comes back to local scouting, either the council or your local units. It helps fund your unit scouting program, creates character development, which we'll talk about here on the next slide. And the council portion of that 73% helps improve our camps and council resources, leader training, and things like that. Last year in 2024, over 1.65 million was returned to Northern Star Scouting's units and council. This is one of my favorite slides. Why do we sell popcorn? Being able to see scouts from a young age to as they age out, see the improvement they make, and just talking with different adults, learning after learning how to sell popcorn and the budgeting and the money management they've learned, it's pretty phenomenal. Seeing these kids grow right in front of your eyes, it shows how long I've been doing this. They learn personal growth. They can earn some really great prizes, and it helps earn their own way. That's one of the fundamental things with scouting is earning your own way to go on some great scouting adventures, which includes camp and all the other great things that scouting units get to do. Here is the commission breakdown for 2025. Not much has changed with the exception of one thing. Out of every dollar sold, and it doesn't matter which product it is, this is just a percentage of every dollar that's sold. Anything that's sold through the online direct program is 35%. The traditional wagon and take order sale, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, is 32%, and then by taking training, you get a 3% bonus, so that equals the 35% as well. Trails End has discontinued the cash option for troops and crews, but there are some different ways we can talk about that here, one of the slides going forward. So our sale runs from Friday, September 19th, starting at 5 o'clock and runs through midnight on Sunday, November 2nd. You don't have to sell the entire time. If your unit wants to really hit it hard for 2 or 3 weeks, that's great. If your unit only wants to sell on weekends, that's fine too. Do what works best for you and your unit and your scouts. Sometimes units want that last week of the sale to kind of get their affairs in order, see how much popcorn they have left, and see if they have to schedule any blitzes or storefronts. But that is the official sale window. If you have any questions about that, please let us know. Let's talk about some Trails End resources. Trails End is the popcorn company that we utilize. They are based out of Indiana. One of the things when you email Becky Whitaker, who's the popcorn assistant, or myself, it's really helpful to know who you are. If you want to put what district you're in, there's an alphabetical letter, or if you're with Arrowhead or Boundary Waters up north, put that in there. Please put your unit type and then also your 4-digit unit number. That helps us get back to you quicker and helps us solve your problem a lot faster and can get things moving. The Trails End app. This is the app that all scouts will download to sell popcorn. I would say 95% of our scouts utilize it. It is a fantastic way for scouts to keep track of their sales as well as keep track of where they are on the prize levels and what type of Amazon gift cards they have earned or other types of gift cards they have earned. Some new features for the app this year, tap to pay. Most devices will not need that Bluetooth card reader at storefronts that we've had in the past. You can just customer can just use their credit card with the chip and just tap right on the scout's phone or smart device. The dashboard has been made simpler to make sales easier, a little bit more intuitive. And there's some new training videos right there in the app for the scouts featuring Northern Star's own JJ Warner, the top selling scout in the country through Trails End last year. He sold over $80,000 worth, and we'll refer to him a couple other times as well. Trails End Leader Portal. This is what you will log into as a popcorn chair to set your goal, order popcorn, move inventory around, assign storefronts, and things like that. So if you have not logged into your Trails End Leader Portal, please do so at the website listed here, as well as you should make sure that everything is right. You have the right scouts in there listed, so on and so forth. Some other Trails End resources are some leader training helps. There are some videos through the leader portal in Trails End that you can access anytime. Things like what's new, some things for ideal year of scouting, how to plan your budgeting. Trails End also does Q&A webinars where you can learn a little bit about the background of Trails End and get some questions answered about the leader portal and things like that. JJ Warner, like I mentioned before, here he is again, is actually hosting a couple of these webinars. Feel free to sign up and take a look. They are not required, but they're definitely helpful. We do encourage, especially new unit chairs, to hop onto one of those webinars. There's also other things about leader guides and program planners and all kinds of other stuff available in the leader portal on the training page. So make sure to check that out once you log into the leader portal. Quick note, the leader portal is different than the Scout app. The Scout app, which we talked about earlier, that is for Scout selling. The leader portal is for you as the popcorn kernel to able to run your sale. You cannot sell anything through the leader portal. That is basically kind of the background and how to get everything done for the sale for the Scouts. Selling the product. Products this year, we have the white cheddar popcorn, salted caramel corn, sweet and salty kettle corn, popping corn, the microwave butter popcorn, and the chocolatey pretzels. Trails End and Northern Star is kind of going hand in hand with what they're doing nationally. Is kind of everything's going to be one price with the exception of the microwave and the chocolatey pretzels. They've test marketed this in a couple of their councils previously, and it went pretty well. It's kind of make things easier for the Scout and easier for you, the popcorn share, of not having to handle any kind of a lot of different change, as well as it's easier for a Scout to know all the product prices. Heroes and helpers donations, those are back. We'll talk about those on a different slide here. But this is the 6 products that are available for this year. Regarding pretzels, in the past we have had pretzels for our show and deliver, but they always come about a week later. It looks like that is going to be the case again. If you want to order pretzels to have on hand for show and deliver, and a lot of units do, you'll get to pick them up the week after the sale starts, usually the 23rd or 24th, I believe, and there'll be different locations that you can pick up at all over the council, or one of the council offices, or one of the Scout shops. It is the unit's responsibility to make sure these pretzels do not melt. If you try to return a bag of melted brick chocolate pretzels, unfortunately, you will not be able to return them. So we do encourage you to make sure to keep them in a cooler or a cool place. Most times it's not an issue with the weather after the end of September, but there are random days where it does get pretty warm, or not storing them in a hot car is also recommended. There are 3 main ways to sell. You've got storefronts, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, where a Scout set up a table in front of a local grocery store, hardware store, things like that. That seems to be the preferred method. You hit a lot of customers in a short amount of time, and you can talk about why your Scout wants to sell popcorn to go to camp and go on some great adventures. There's the online direct sale, which you can sell to family and friends throughout the country. Our advice on that is if you're not going to see these family and friends over the holidays, the online is the best way to go. There is a shipping charge depending on how much is bought and depending on what it is. But you can check that out on the online direct page, and Scouts can set up their own social media pages for things like that, which I believe we'll talk about here in a slide or two. And then there's the traditional wagon selling door to door. You can either have the product with you, which is recommended because you actually sell more product when you have it right there, or you can do a take order sale like what it used to do, where you would have your sales sheet and people could fill it out, and then you bring that product back 2 to 6 weeks later, depending on when you are getting product. Let's talk a little bit about storefronts. Storefronts, there are 2 ways to do this. You can reserve a Trails End scheduled storefront. Trails End has called 18 different storefront chains, including Cub Foods, REI, Walmart's, Texas Roadhouse. The whole list has been emailed to you a few times. If you have any questions, you can definitely ask us. But they have called and made reservations. One of the great things about that is that if you have some scouts that are interested, you can go in the leader portal, go into the reservation system. You can look what is in your area for the upcoming weekend or 2 weekends or whatever it is, and then you can just click and book it. You don't have to call store managers. You don't have to trade voicemails. You don't have to stop in. It's already done. As of July 25th, when the storefronts were completely open for reservations, Northern Star Council units had over 966 shifts and 6,700 storefront hours, which is a lot. But there's also over 1,000 more shifts still available with almost 7,500 hours. These are for the Trails End reservations only. If you have a different storefront, say an Ace Hardware or a local grocery store, you can put those in yourself once you've confirmed it with the store. And we recommend you do that so you don't have double reservations. If another unit tries to put in a reservation at that same store at that same address, they will get an error message saying that someone else has it. So it really helps cut down on the double bookings at different storefronts. Regarding the Trails End reservations, new this year is an auto release program Thursdays at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern for Friday through Sunday reservations with 0 scouts claimed. So if you sign up for a storefront and none of your scouts have signed up for it as of that Thursday night, that will be automatically released to the general pool. Because they found last year 38% of weekend hours that were claimed were not used. So this is Trails End's way of basically saying, well, if your unit can't use it for whatever reason, we will help other units be able to take those shifts. So that also means that if you have kids clamoring for storefronts during an upcoming weekend, you can log into your leader portal at 7 o'clock Central on Thursdays and see what reservations have come back on into the system for you to reserve and then have scouts in it. We mentioned unit book storefronts. You want to go to places that have high foot traffic, things for a Saturday or Sunday that you'll know there'll be a lot of people at. There are a lot of different storefront options you can do, but make sure you book that into the Trails End system. We here at Northern Star have always advised 2 scouts, 2 adults, 2 hours for a shift. Whatever works best for your unit, you can certainly do. If you'd rather do 1 scout, 1 adult, for 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, that is up to your unit. We just have a recommendation, but that is not something that has to be done. We kind of say don't have more than 2 scouts at a time because it does get a little chaotic, and then you have to split things 3 ways. So 2 scouts, 2 adults, 2 hours is kind of the rule of thumb that we use, but do what's best for your unit. Some other storefront best practices for your prep before you go. You want to have enough popcorn to sell about an average of $500 per hour on some of the higher traffic storefronts. If you have a question about what you should take or what you should order, feel free to email one of us on the popcorn committee. Their information's in the leader guide that is sent out to you. Always have a fully charged phone or a device with the Trails End app on it. Make sure your scout has logged in before they start to make sure everything's working. Have a 6-foot table and banner. You'll have to provide your own table. We do have banners available. As we've done in the past, we split the cost with the units. Banners are $10, and then Northern Star pays $10. So you'll order them when you turn in your registration for that you took this training, and you can order as many or as few as you would like. We recommend a cash box or a cash bag. With small bills, you'll probably need some 10s and 20s and some 5s. And then also make sure that your scouts use the restroom before the shift. That is actually one of the biggest things that we can stress is you don't want to lose scouts for 10, 15 minutes at a time because they tend to wander and not come back the fastest. And also never put prices on the table because it gives the customer the automatic out of, oh no, too expensive. Make sure your scout is talking about why they're selling, but never ask them, would you like to buy popcorn? It's always, would you like to support me in scouting? Would you like me to, or can you help me go to camp? Things like that are the best way to have successful popcorn sales. And then say, for this much support, you can pick one of these as a thank you from me for helping me go on some cool scouting adventures. The parent role on these storefronts should basically kind of be behind the scenes, putting popcorn back on the table, making sure the scout is paying attention, standing in front of the table, greeting scouts and greeting other customers, and just having great manners overall. You'll be surprised at how many people will come back after they're impressed with how the scout handled a no. Even if we've had people take carts back, we've had people offer to help put their groceries away, and then they say, you know what, I am going to come help you in your scouting journey. So everybody's always paying attention to what we're doing, and it's great to be able to have that scout prepared to handle any situation. Ordering information. The sale will open on August 1st. You'll be able to log into the leader portal and start ordering popcorn. Show and deliver / wagon order is due August 26th at midnight. You'll order through the leader portal. You can order up to 90% of what you sold in 2024, which is available in the leader portal. There are exceptions to this. Let's say that you have a scout that transferred from a pack to a troop and they sold $3,000 worth. Yes, you can order to make sure you're covering your large selling scouts. Let's say that you've doubled your recruitment and you need some more to start out with. That's great. We can do that as well. Just send us an email saying, hey, I know that we sold $8,000 last year. We're going to order 10 because of these 3 reasons. Okay, great. You're going to order in full cases only. Throughout the entire sale until the end, you only order in full cases for the initial order and all your reorders. You cannot order individual bags until the very end. We will have product during the sale to check out. Of those 6 different items that we mentioned earlier, we will have reorder process take place starting the first week of the sale. The take order or the final order was due Sunday, November 9th at midnight. You'll do the same thing ordering through the leader portal. You can order singles, and you will order all of your Hometown Heroes credits at the take order. In fact, they are automatically ordered for you as you sell them, so that it's a very quick process when it comes to take order. Some notable features about the ordering portal. It has a what to order populate button. Like if you need to order $8,000 worth, you can put $8,000 in there, hit auto populate, and it'll tell you which products and how many cases you need to order. There's also some more security features in here with the multi-factor authentication. And then ordering for 2 units. There's 2 different schools of thought on ordering for 2 units. One of them is you actually combine the units into one, and then you can actually have both a pack and a troop, or a boy troop and a girl troop can actually sell together, which makes it easier for Storefront scheduling. It's great for having a Cub and a Scouts BSA scouts sell together, so you can kind of learn from the older scout. You only have one type of ordering to do, so there's definitely some pros and cons to do it. We do have a couple of people on our committee that have done this for years, and they definitely can answer any questions you might have. If you're struggling with ordering for 2 units in the past and want some ways to make it simpler, we can help you with that. Online direct, this is what we mentioned earlier about how you Scout can just share their page or send a direct order to a family or friend with a text message to their phone, and then the customer can just click and it's shipped directly to them. The commission credit will go on your unit's final invoice, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but it's pretty slick and it kind of takes care of everything, and there's no inventory to handle, and it's just basically dollars come in and it gets shipped direct from Trails End. You don't have to order anything when it comes to the online direct portion. Online best practices. It's easy. You can customize your page and you can share with anybody. These are some examples of different products that the online direct has had in the past. They've had jerky, they've had nuts, they've had white chocolate covered pretzels and bark and things like that. That could change, but this is historically what it's been the last few years. They also have the traditional products, the 6 products we talked about earlier, including microwave and pretzels and all that. They'll have those as available as well. So if you have people in different areas of the country that want to support that scout, this is a great way to do it. Credit cards. Trails End's app has been able to take credit cards for years. It's a great way at a storefront when somebody says, oh, I don't have cash. Well, we take credit cards now. They take Apple Pay, they take Google Pay, Cash App, all of the stuff that most of the general public has. They're able to take that through the Trails End app. It's pretty slick. The other thing, cash to credit, that was new last year. It's back again this year. It's for example, if a parent collects $200 while they're in cash while their scout is out going door to door, they can actually charge that to their credit card and then keep the cash, and then it's already paid. So you don't have to worry about trying to track down the $200 that they collected cash. You've already got payment for that. Or if a parent is worried about, I don't want to carry this much cash to get it turned in, I'll just have it charged to my credit card or bank card, and then it's actually paid. So it's pretty slick. If you have questions about that, let us know. Distribution. So show and deliver pickups will be September 11th through different locations around the council. We'll also do our home delivery program as well. Reordering will start Tuesday, September 23rd, and you'll pick up at the reorder warehouse, Snack Semi or Snack Spot. We'll talk about those here in a slide or two. Home delivery units, if they sold over $15,000 in total sales, that includes Hometown Heroes in 2024, they will get an email from me here in about the first part of August requesting where would you like your home delivery. You have to order at least 7,000 or 35% of last year's sale, whichever is greater. And then my request will have that home delivery info by August 26th. And we will send, like I said, we'll send out that survey to request the info here in the first part of August. Minnesota Couriers is who we've used the last few years. It sometimes is a 24-hour notice, sometimes it's a 48-hour notice, but they do their best to get it done. You have to have somebody there over 18 to accept the popcorn. They will drop it off wherever you'd like, in a garage or a warehouse, wherever you have it. They will not wait for you to count the popcorn. That is something that you will do and then get back with me. They have a lot of other drops to do that day, so we will take your word for it if something is off, either missing or you have too many of them. We'll adjust the invoice accordingly after that. Another part of distribution is early returns. Sunday, October 5th and Monday, October 6th from 4 to 7, we will have our early return sites. This is what we call kind of a no questions asked. If you ordered too much or you ordered enough to accommodate a $5,000 selling scout, but then they all of a sudden move to Oklahoma and you've got $5,000 worth of extra popcorn, you can bring it back that Sunday and Monday. You can only return full cases of product at the early return. After that, you'll only be able to return 15% of your total show and deliver order that you have at the end of the season. So final returns will be Sunday, November 9th, 4 to 7, several locations around the council. Usually that Sunday we start about 9:30 with a couple of our snack semi trucks, and we drive around the council and we have people. You can come meet us there in different locations, and you can do returns then. Absolutely no returns after November 9th, that Sunday, because that is when take orders are due, and then we use the return product to fill those take orders. We do not. This is a very, very quick turnaround, but it's been successful in years past, and we're going to keep doing it. So let's say you have a great first weekend or great first couple weekends, you need to order more. We will be there for you. The snack semi will go around to different locations on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays in the council. In our north area in Boundary Waters and Arrowhead, we will have a couple different locations that you can come pick up a different product that you need. You'll order in full cases. You'll order by noon the day before that you want to pick up. All this information will be emailed out shortly after the sale starts, so you have kind of information. It does not have to be you that pick it up, just somebody from your unit can be a parent. Anybody could go pick it up. They're usually in Walmart parking lots or Tractor Supply parking lots, and it's a big rider truck, so it's pretty easy to spot, and then you can pick it up, and then that automatically will get added to your inventory in the next 48 hours once Becky is able to enter it in. Transfers. Let's say that you are good friends with a unit down the road or a Cub Pack and a troop, and you have a lot of one product and you want to transfer it over to them. You can do that all in the Trails End Leader portal. It's pretty slick. The person initiating the transfer or giving the product can go online, fill out the form. The other unit then accepts it, and then the inventory is automatically updated as well as the invoice is automatically updated. There is no paper form for transfers anymore. It's a pretty slick deal. They've been doing this for 3 or 4 years now, and it really cuts down on accidental entry from our end because we've had too many people submitting different transfer paperwork. This is all done online, and it is a great program that they started. Hometown Heroes. Trails End calls us Heroes and Helpers. We actually started this program a long time ago. How this works is that if you have a scout that's at a storefront or is at a different location and somebody doesn't want to purchase popcorn, they can say, would you like to help us provide popcorn to local hometown heroes? And it's a great way to kind of upsell. Would you like to add $1, $5, or $20 to the Hometown Heroes program? What we recommend is that you adopt a hero, like Woodbury Police Department, Glen Lake Fire Department, Duluth EMS, whatever it might be. It's a great way for kids to get to know different heroes in their community. It's a great way to then go deliver that popcorn. Northern Star is one of the last councils that have this ability. You'll actually have the ability to take some of our return popcorn to these locations after the sale is done. So that's how we're able to return so much product. Then we're able to use that to fill Hometown Heroes orders. If you have questions about this program, happy to answer them. One of the things that we have a do's and don'ts in the leader guide. If you check that out, a couple things I'll point out is one, you cannot use your product that you have on hand to fill your own Hometown Heroes. You have to return your returnable product, and then we figure out how much of each product we have after we fill the take order. And then we have this much product, and then we can tell you, okay, if you want to pick up this product at your distribution site, you'll have this to pick from. Sometimes it's a lot of one kind. Other times, like last year, it was a good mix of everything. So we try to do our best to make sure that we're able to have product for people to order and to sell, and then we're able to not have a lot of product left over. And the Hometown Heroes program lets us do that. Your unit does not have to give away the product locally. You can just tell council to do it, and there'll be more information as the sale goes on about how the program works. But last year, we did distribute $145,000 worth of Hometown Heroes product to area groups, including Toys for Tots, Beyond the Yellow Ribbon program, a lot of different EMS, fire, nursing groups, whoever is a hometown hero to that unit. Prizes. This is always, I always say this is my favorite part. We at Northern Star pride ourselves in giving out the most prizes per scout than any other council in the country. Are incentivizing scouts to go on these cool adventures that we'll talk about here in a little bit is one of the favorite things that our committee gets to do every year. And we want to keep the kids and the parents motivated to keep going. So Trails End, what's new this year is their Scout Rewards just is not just Amazon cards. There's 16 different cards that they can pick from, including Mastercard, Lego, Best Buy, a bunch of different ones that you can see in the app that you can do. New this year, they'll get an extra half a point for Heroes and Helpers donations that are paid for with a credit card or the online program. So that's a really great incentive to help upsell the Heroes and Helpers program. Any sale that is made through the credit card app in the Trails End app or online, they get 1.25 points, and anything done with cash is 1. But you can see how the points will add up quickly, and then the different amount of an e-gift card that will be redeemable at a website. And they can pick the card of their choosing. So it's not just Amazon this year. You can take a look in the sales guide and the leader guide, and it will tell you the different areas that they can submit for. Bonus prizes. This is something that Northern Star started a few years ago, about 2010. Every scout is eligible for these, and they will. Hopefully, our plan is to have these at the take order pickup in late November. Selling item is the patch, which will be the logo for our animal expedition this year. Sell $200, and they get a slushie or a soda from the Holiday Circle K stations. $400 is a cookie cup from Holiday Circle K. The $800 club is new this year. It's an animal expedition and a Firebugs cone cooker. We are partnering with 5 different animal agencies, as you can see in the sales guide, that a scout can choose a free admission from one of those 5 once they hit the $800 club. It's a great way for them to be able to go and then see one of their favorite animals with one of those 5 different agencies that we're partnering with. $1,200 is the utensil multi-tool that features a knife, fork, and spoon, which you need on an expedition. $1,600 is the Firebugs Campfire Fishing Pole, which is a really great piece of engineering where you can do hot dogs or marshmallows, and then you can just a little flick of the wrist and it flips by itself. It's pretty neat. And then $2,000 or more is the Northern Star Adventure Program, which I'll talk about here in a little bit. And then at 2,600 or more, the Champions Pancake Breakfast, which will be held January 10th, 2026 at Base Camp. It is an all-you-can-eat pancakes and sausage and coffee, and I believe it's Tang, the juice of astronauts. But it's a tradition we've done now for the past 10, 12 years, and we have 600 to 700 people come to base camp, and it is a great morning, and a lot of pancakes are eaten. Our adventure program is kind of like those old booklets you used to get at work, where you could pick different prizes or activities that you got because you were there so many years. Basically, if you sell $2,000, you get so many adventure points, which are different than Trails End points. They are a separate thing, and we will reiterate that a lot in all of our mailings and things. But they get to pick adventures based on how much they sell. So if they sell $3,000, they get more adventure points, and then each thing costs something different. I'll go through some of the new ones this year. Activate is in the Mall of America as well in Roseville. It is an interactive video game experience. It's pretty neat. We also are doing 2 overnights at the Great Lakes Aquarium in Duluth, where a scout and a parent get to go and then experience what happens at the aquarium after dark. We're also doing for our Mega Points prizes, we're doing family memberships to Great Lakes Aquarium, the Lake Superior Zoo, the Minnesota Zoo, or the Science Museum of Minnesota. We're partnering with the University of Minnesota and the University of Minnesota Duluth for men's hockey games that will happen end of December, beginning of January. We're also doing behind the scenes opportunities with the Minnesota Zoo. There are different animals you can use your adventure points with to do behind the scenes. We're also doing, like we have done the past 10 years, is ride wristbands with Nickelodeon Universe and mini golf opportunities there. Big Kahuna Fun Park is in Spicer, Minnesota, and it helps with our Western Scouts, get them excited to sell. It's a prize pack with a mini pizza, a drink, and then 3 tokens to be able to do things like bumper cars and the other activities they have out there. We also have Vertical Endeavors we're partnering with, which is a climbing facility. They have 4 locations here in the metro and 1 in Duluth. Our camping items kids can choose from this year are a pair of walkie-talkies, a solar bank, or a solar tent lights, which have been very popular this year at some of the camps. We're also offering snack packs for those of you that are in a troop and have gone to Mini Point or Tomahawk. You can buy, parents can buy a snack pack for $20 ahead of time. Well, we're going to offer those as prizes, and we're also going to offer those type of prizes for our Cub camps as well. We're working with our Cub camp directors to see what would be best for that, and that information will be released here at the end of camp season after they're done with the 2025 camp season. Our big prize this year is a $300 gift card to any place that a scout would like to go on their own expedition, hotel, resort, anything like that. They can spend their points, and then we will get them a gift card to that, and then they can spend that as they'd like. Other resources that will help you have a successful sale. Unit kickoff. This is something that if you haven't tried, you don't need to do an hour kickoff. You can do a 10-minute kickoff. You can do a virtual kickoff. There's a lot of different ways you can do this. We have chosen, we choose a theme every year. We've done superheroes, we've done Minecraft, we've done a lot of stuff. This year is Animal Expedition. Our committee kind of talked about most kids have one animal in particular they love that you can find an animal that a kid really gets excited about, whether it's an otter or a whale or a wolf, or whatever it is. So we thought partnering with animal organizations would be a really cool idea. And so another reason we use the theme is to help you as the popcorn share kind of have a jumping off point to have a theme for your own kickoff and your own popcorn sale, maybe working with a local group for prizes and things like that. You can talk to your popcorn or your unit committee about having some dollars to buy prizes. $5 gift cards to Dairy Queen are super popular. Legos, whatever is popular for the kids in your unit. See what goes best with that. But making it fun, explain to parents why the dollars are needed so they don't have to write a check for going to camp or going on these different adventures that you guys are going to go on. Give away some prizes. Have one of your top selling scouts from last year talk about what they did with their scout dollars that they earned and the cool stuff that they did. And as always, I recommend that you spend the money that the popcorn sale has earned. Too many units I've seen fold in the last few years that had a lot of money in their bank account because they didn't do the fun stuff they promised. Do the fun stuff, go on adventures, and scouting is a lot of fun. One of the things that the council provides and will help get your kids excited is our popcorn kickoff program. This year it is Saturday, September 13th. We have two locations. One in the morning will be at the Hermantown Duluth Service Center. We'll have the Zoo Mobile up there. We'll have a demonstration of cone cookers and then different stations that kids can learn about the different ways to have a successful popcorn sale, including practicing your pitch, meeting top sellers, learning a little bit more about the Trails End app, which helps parents a lot, and some storefront do's and don'ts. At Base Camp, we've changed the time based on the feedback we got from parents to 1 to 4 that afternoon on that Saturday the 13th. Same type of stations. We will have some animals there as well. We're going to also have some food trucks, being that it is kind of the afternoon, post-lunch, early dinner time. Those will be announced. We'll send emails to all scouts that are registered in the Trails End app, as well as we will send email invitations to you, the popcorn share, to forward them on. Scouts will get a backpack when they attend, as well as some other great gifts that some of them are secret, some of them will have in the invitation. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's an open house style event. Most people spend half an hour, 45 minutes there, but they can come when they need to, and they can leave when they have to. So if you have questions about this, make sure to ask, but look for invitations to forward to your scouts shortly. So we talked in different slides what's new, the new app design for selling, the new tap to pay. There's no need for square readers on most devices. You probably want to test that out before you try. There's new video tips to help with scouts and parents in the Trails End app, starring JJ. New prizes at all levels. We have revamped our bonus prize program and our adventure prize program based on feedback that we got from our scouts and parents. The new gift card program through Trails End, where you can choose from one of 16 different gift cards. The bonus 5.5 points for hometown hero sales, the new online scout page design, the simplified pricing. Other new thing that we didn't mention was the no artificial colors or flavors in popcorn this year. That is a big deal for a lot of people. Scouting America branding and photos on packaging is back after a 5-year hiatus. And as I mentioned, new bonus prizes and new adventures, which is some of the fun stuff that we do. Payments are due 1 check from the unit on December 15th. No prepayments are needed for any of the popcorn. Check your leader portal for your invoice, the amount owed, and if there are dollars in your payout section. A lot of units won't even have to write a check because they will earn so much credit back on their invoice from credit card or online sales that they'll actually get money back from Trails End in a payout section where your unit will have to link their bank account there, and then it's pretty slick. You just can click a button and get paid out at the end of the sale, and it comes back to you within a week. So they've been doing this for a couple of years, and it's worked really, really well. So what should you do now? I would recommend attending a Trails End webinar. They're free. There's a whole bunch of them. If you didn't get that QR code back earlier, you can always look at the link that we sent to you in our newsletters. Survey your scouts' parents to get a feel if they'll sell. See if that $3,000 seller is coming back. See if you have a bunch of scouts that want to go on a high adventure trip and they all have a goal of $1,000 and they're all very excited to start selling. Log into your leader portal. Make sure your leader portal login and password work. If not, you can get a hold of Becky or I and we'll get you taken care of. Create a storefront plan. See if there's storefronts in your area if you haven't already signed up. See if there's storefronts in your area that you may know that aren't in the Trails End system that you'd like to sell in front of. If you're looking for ideas, let us know. We can give you some. And then start planning out your order about how much you think you need to order of different types. And last year, if you know that this one, pretzels didn't sell very well in your area, but salted caramel did, maybe order a little bit more than one than the other. Again, if you don't have a working login or password, email popcorn@northernstar.org, include your unit and your name, and we will get you set up as soon as we can. So, other Trails End support, there's a FAQ page for Trails End. If you're having issues with Trails End in general, you can email support@trailsend.com. There is a hyphen between the S and the E in Trails End. There's a Facebook group that you can join if you'd like that has different best practices, and they talk about all kinds of different stuff. Council support there, that's me. That is my email and my office number. And then there's Becky Whitaker. She is the popcorn assistant. She's also a popcorn chair, so she knows the system inside and out better than anybody. That is her email and her office number. During the sale, I am usually out and about and hard to get a hold of during the day at the office, but Becky is there, I think, every day but one during the week. Email one of us, not both of us, because otherwise we kind of will kind of get to different times and then we might have helped you twice. But try one of us. If you don't get an answer, then try the other one. But we will usually get back to you within 48 business hours and have everything taken care of. That's it for the online training for Popcorn 2025. Along with this link that you got for this video, you'll also receive a link to go register that you were trained, and there'll be one question in there to make sure that you watch the entire thing, as well as the link to how to order sales guides and other materials and where you would like to pick them up at one of the scout shops or Brown Table, District Kickoff, things like that. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to email Becky or I. Popcorn is a big job for 6 to 8 weeks in the fall. You are. I always like to say you are the popcorn chair. You are one of the most important people in that unit because you're helping not only your own scout, but you're helping hundreds of other scouts go on some really great adventures. And our popcorn team thanks you. Northern Star thanks you for all that you're going to do. It's a lot of fun. And if you need help, please ask. We have a lot of different people with experience over the years that can help you out. We have heard all the questions, and we definitely can make sure that you have the successful popcorn sale you need for your unit to have a great scouting year. Thanks, and we'll see everybody soon.